Charlie.
Well, I'll tell you what, Taryn, this was one of the most fascinating arguments that I have heard in a very long time. And I'll be honest with you, it was very difficult to figure out which way those judges are going. But essentially, and I'll break it down, the issue is, can the parents be responsible for the criminal acts of their kid? James, Jennifer Crumbley, they're saying, the real problem here was their son. We don't mention his name. He was the one that did the shooting, and whatever we did that was bad maybe was not the cause of the deaths. They want the case thrown out. Karen McDonald, the prosecutor from Oakland County, on the other hand says, oh yes, there were plenty of warning signs to show that these parents are bad, and certainly if you take a look at all of them, yes, it would have been foreseeable that their son could have gone out and did the murders. Anyway, this case is unique. Take a look.
Are there any cases from anywhere in any other state where this has been upheld?
It has never gotten to that juncture of the proceedings.
James and Jennifer Crumbley looking at 4 counts of manslaughter, but in Tuesday's Court of Appeals hearing, passionate arguments on both sides, whether or not the Crumbleys should even be charged with a crime.
There is still no legal duty to look in a bag. There's no legal duty to look in a locker. How far does that legal duty extend? Would it go to a car? Would it require you to go through their room?
Yet the assistant prosecutor said that the facts in this case show that the parents played much more of a role in causing the deaths.
These parents knew he had a fascination with guns. They knew he was gifted this gun days earlier. They knew of the graphic drawing that he made, and they knew he was in crisis, yet they did nothing.
Was he ever medically diagnosed with depression or any type of mental illness?
That is not a fact on record, in this court's review, essentially no.
What things did they do or not do that led to these events? Because that's causation, right?
Well, the thing they did not do is plot and plan these murders and hold a weapon and shoot people in cold blood in a school.
Ooh, it sounds like the parents are blaming the kid, kind of throwing the kid under the bus, which is kind of their defense. But legally, remember, the Supreme Court of Michigan wanted this Court of Appeals, those 3 judges, to hear this case and then give an opinion as to whether or not the parents can be responsible when their kid goes out and does something like murder. Is there that connection, causation? That was the word the judge used. We're going to have a lot more about this. No decision today, but probably in about another 45, 60 days. Taryn?
All right. Well, Charlie, though, I mean, they didn't plot or plan it. They probably, as parents, never thought their child would be capable. But we know that they bought him a gun as a gift. And would he be able to do this as a 15-year-old and buy a gun and get it to be able to do this and pull this off unless they did purchase that weapon? That seems to be a question.
So that is a big question. That's a huge question. And you're right about that. A 15-year-old cannot buy a gun. But does that mean how many people have guns, and many parents go out and with guns and teach their kids how to shoot guns? Does that mean that it's foreseeable, that's a legal word, that just because you buy a gun, that kid's going to go out and murder? I don't know the answer. That's what this case is about. How far do we go? How much do we have to go? Now, maybe you're right. Buying the kid a gun, maybe that's enough. I don't know, but that's what this case is. That's why this is a unique case. Has never happened before in the entire country. And I tell you, it's a talker. There's no question about that. Again, no decision now, probably 45. It'll be a written decision. But I can guarantee you, no matter who wins or who loses, it's going to the Supreme Court.